Most of the bottled waters come from three sources. Many of these come from the municipal source actually, and then are run through a reverse osmosis system. That's what the larger bottlers are doing. Reverse osmosis, as you probably know, is where you take water under pressure and put it up against a membrane with little tiny pinholes that only allow the water through, and it holds back the minerals and theoretically at least the chemicals and other components that may be in the water, purifying the water. The end result is very similar to what you would get with distilled water. Distilled water is basically achieved by taking water, heating it up, and in letting that water rise in a vapor form, and then collecting it back and cooling it down. And the cooled down water, theoretically at least, is without the unsavory components that may be in the water. Again, we've left the minerals behind, we've left hopefully all of the chemicals and other components. So the end result is very clean water that the Japanese call dead water. In fact, if you put that water from either a distiller or from a reverse osmosis machine into your fish tank, the fish would die very quickly. So the Japanese have concluded, and many other researchers are supporting this, that these waters are dead and that they basically demineralize the body. They really suck the energy out of the body. And that's why people, when they start drinking the Kangen water, find themselves with a lot more energy. When we drink waters that are depleted of minerals, they tend to be acidic, number one, and we know from chemistry that acids inside the body have to be neutralized in order to be moved. So in order to do that, the body basically goes into the buffering system, and it uses things like oxygen or minerals that are stored in the bones, the teeth, the joints, connective tissue, and in the muscles and the organs. And it starts pulling those out in order to neutralize these acids. Now, they can be acids from the drinks you're taking in, they can be acids from metabolism, they can be acids created by stressful events, physical, mental, emotional. But all of these things create an additional component of acid waste that has to be neutralized. So we start seeing problems occur where the minerals are lost from the tissues and the bones, and we have names for those things. For example, you talk about receding gums, where the gum starts to pull away from the teeth. That's a loss of minerals. We start seeing problems like calcification of joints. We start seeing problems like osteoporosis, for example, where the bones literally start to break down. They start to lose that mineral density that was there, that the body needs to function optimally. And one of the neat things about watching patients over time drinking Kangen water is that their bone density tests start improving, and they start seeing their receding gums improving, and meaning they're getting better. We start seeing arthritic symptoms reduced. We start seeing those degenerative disc problems improve, because the body and all of the bones and connective tissue are all living, and they're constantly changing. And by giving them water that is smaller in size and more alkaline, it allows that water to carry the necessary building blocks back to these damaged areas of the body, and they start to repair again. They start to put themselves back in order, so to speak, back in balance.